Hello everyone, I am Arena International Master and FIDE instructor Rishikesh Chavan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's start today's practice sessions. Okay, we got white. Should we try something new? Okay, let's start with e4. I'm a d4 player, but it's always better to play something new every now and then. Yeah, okay, Scotch. We are going to play Potter variation. So this knight b3 variation is a Potter variation. Hmm. I'm going to play queen e2, and then later on I'll be playing bishop e3, so that we can exchange this bishop with this e3 bishop, and then we'll castle on the queen side. I'm just thinking about what to do with this f1 bishop. Should we move it before we play queen e2? Because what I'm planning, once queen is here or maybe queen comes over here, I'm planning to play f3, and then we can launch an attack through this h and g file, and in that case this bishop will be kind of bad on f1 or even on g2. So let's see, if he kicks the bishop we can move it back to d3. As we have a center pawn on white color, our white color bishop, that is this b5 bishop, is kind of bad bishop, or you can say active bishop. So there are three types of bishops: good bishop, bad bishop, and active bishop. Active bishop is a bad bishop which is at least doing some work, which is kind of active. So that way we can say this b5 bishop is an active bishop. I'm a bit confused about when to capture the knight or when to take on c6. I guess there is no need right now. So let's continue with our development. Mostly we won't be capturing the bishop, because if you want to castle on the queen side, in that case capturing the bishop will make this a file open, and black can launch his attack through this a file. Now we'll take on c6. Whether he captures with the bishop or with pawn, we are going to play this g4 and then maybe h4 and g5. Okay. If he plays this, we can always play knight to d4, and if he plays a3, we can simply block the attack by playing b3. I'm just thinking about whether to push the pawn right now, or to play h4 first, or maybe rd g1 first and then push the pawn. Let's play this. Let's go for total attack. Yeah, thought so. He's planning to block our attack with something like h5 and then g6. So we have to be ready for that. If you plays f6 to stop this pawn push, then maybe we can continue with knight to d4 and then knight to f5. Because of this f6 and h6 pawn push, this g6 and this f5 square is weak. Okay, so this we already planned. So when you are defending, you have to keep the lines closed, and when you are attacking, you must open the lines. So we are keeping the lines closed on queen side because our king is on that side, and we are trying to open the lines on the king side. Okay, is he going to play d5 or something? I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay, it's not a big problem, right? Okay. If he plays d5, there are three attacks on e4, right? 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3. So we don't have to worry about d5. Also, if he plays d5, we can simply play e5 and block the attack. So I was expecting h5, but now because of this g6 pawn push, now he has to capture on g6, and that way we will open this file. If he's not going to capture, then we would have captured on g6. Now we'll shift our attack on g file, and he blundered because as you can see this pawn is pinned. So that way we are going to capture the rook for free, but we have to just yeah, okay, okay, we can do that. What I was planning or what I was thinking, after rook into f6, he can play rook into e4 with attacking our queen, and at the same time he is attacking or he is going to capture our f6 rook, but we can simply capture on e4, and then that way we are getting a free piece. Now we should resign because he's already a piece down, a clear piece down without any compensation. Yeah, as expected. As you can see, his attack is standstill. He's not improving anything on the queen side. He has very less pieces on the queen side, so it is almost impossible for him to launch an attack on the queen side. Meanwhile, we successfully opened the g file, and then we got a piece in this. Let's assume if he is not playing that rook e7 move, let's go back to analysis board and let's see what would be done. Yeah, okay. So here, okay, to Mr. Stockfish is also suggesting rook e7. Um, oh yes, there is no other way to save this pawn, right? Okay, okay. So rook e7 was kind of forced. Okay, so this position is already lost for black. So as you can see, we started with Scotch game. Then it was Potter variation of Scotch opening, and we did whatever we planned. We castled on the queen side. Then we played f3 and we launched an attack through the g and f5. So it's kind of Sicilian dragon Yugoslav attack, and we got successful. We got his piece, and he had to resign after he lost the piece. I hope you enjoyed this game. So see you next time. Thank you very much.